Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Heather the Crochet Witch, and today is May the 18th of 2020, and this is the the Hooks and Broomsticks Crochet podcast, number 12. I don't know whether to begin here or end here. I guess I'll get the harder stuff out of the way. A few of you know who I talk to regularly, but it's been a few weeks. It's been 3 weeks since my last video. It's been a month since my last podcast. I was setting up to do a podcast a couple weeks ago, and can't even get to the beginning of it. I thought I'd be good after a couple weeks, but and of course I don't edit. Okay, so you guys know that my fur baby, my dog Winston, is like my life, and on the 4th of May I lost him. I'm sorry. I just wanted everybody to know why I haven't been here. And I know I had tissue for a reason. I'm really sorry, you guys. I thought it would be easier to do a video and just talk to you guys about it real quick, but Winston has been my child, my life, since I first got him. I got him when he was 6 weeks old, and we've been together for 15 and a half years. And he's an Airedale, and I know their life expectancy is 13 years, so really we got some extra time, and I'm thankful for that. But it's been kind of a mess, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry. I did get to I brought him home with me, and because he got cremated, so he could always be with me. Normally, like when I was a kid, we didn't do that with any animals, we buried them, but I couldn't think about if we ever move or anything should happen, and I didn't have him with me. In 15 and a half years, I added it up, and he and I were only apart for about a week, like ever. So it's been really, really hard, you guys. Sorry. So we're 3 minutes in, and really all you guys have seen is me crying so far. But I have him, like, I'm recording at my desk, and I have him with me right here, and I have like a little setup where his favorite toys are and stuff. If you guys follow my Instagram, you have definitely seen him before, and you've seen his little setup here by me, so he can always be with mommy. And since I'm recording on my phone, I can't show you pictures very well, but this is my little boy. That's my Winston. And some people have asked me, like, am I gonna do anything like crochet wise for him? Like, I wish that I was good at amigurumi and I would get an Airedale pattern and I would make a Winston, but maybe one day, because I'm not very good. I've only done like the one bear that you guys have seen, really. Oh, sorry. So that's probably not gonna happen right now, and if I was better with graphs, I would definitely graph out like one of my favorite pictures with him or something, but also not very good at that. I was talking to a couple of my friends, and we were thinking maybe, like, it's not gonna happen right now, but because I don't even know right now if the perfect like Winston yarn exists, but eventually I'd like to try to find something that reminds me of him and make like a big cozy shawl or a blanket. And you know how when people do prayer shawls, they pray or they think and send happy vibes and stuff into their work for the people. I was thinking about just keeping in mind how much I love him and how much I want to be with him, and um, I can't wait to see him one day again, and work on that and think of him, and then have my little Winston uh, blanket or shawl to keep with me when I want to hug him and stuff. I can, you know. Hopefully that doesn't sound stupid to you guys, but I think it would be a good way to keep him with me, besides physically keeping him with me. um, but yeah, so that's where I've been. That's what's going on, and it really hasn't gotten a lot easier yet. So I thought maybe it was starting to, but not yet. No. Um, as for things that I've been working on, because I had some things before everything happened. One thing I had been working on, I had gotten all this really thick yarn from Hobby Lobby on the sale. And I thought I don't know what to do with it. I didn't want to make any wearables because I think, I don't want to say I'm allergic, but I definitely think I have like a sensitivity to some alpaca yarn, and I don't know if it's the way it's processed. I don't know if it's because they come from different alpacas, like different types, if there are. I'm not very educated with that. But I think my skin has a sensitivity to alpaca yarn anyway, to some of them. Because some of them are not, like, it wasn't as bad working with this as some other alpaca yarn that I've used. And obviously nothing has been so bad that I just can't work with it. But Seta had made a work of 9 projects, I think it was, that she wanted to get done. So I grabbed the link from there and I did a hanging basket. And this will eventually probably hold some yarn in my craft room. But I did one of those with some skeins of this yarn. And I also did, it's not quite finished. The only thing I have to do is put on the eyes and the antennas. But I did a yip yip out of the same yarn, and actually I think that it turned out pretty cute. It's super bulky yarn. So do I have a yarn band? I should have a band of it, I feel. It was called Effortless Super Bulky from Hobby Lobby. And the colorway was Peacock, which, as you can see, it's like this blue, and it's got a bunch of tweed flecks in it. So I used up some of that yarn, and I have a couple more skeins of it. I'm thinking of another yip yip maybe, and then I have some pink of it. So I was thinking maybe a pink yip yip and a pink basket eventually. So that's what I got done with some stash busting. And then some more stash busting. I did another Stormy Waters hat. This one was just made with that same yarn that I've been making for the Hat Not Hate video, the Deft Blue from Red Heart. And I don't know if that's called Peacock, but it's a Red Heart with Love. I'm glad you can see the 2 separate colors. But I got another Hat Not Hate hat done. And I also got done, so I had showed you guys before, there's a 2020 filet crochet crochet along sorry, and there's once a month they send out, if you had joined from January, they'd send them out. I think you can still purchase them now or something, and then the blocks are a free pattern, I believe, And then the purchase part is like you can make strips of a blanket, and there's a pattern for that. And then there's another blanket, so you can do a strip each month until you get 12 of them for one blanket. And for the other blanket, it's per month. So like, for example, this was January's. So the other blankets would just be like strips of there'd be a strip of all of these, like maybe 8 of them or however many you do. And then the next month would be a strip of the hearts. So it'd just be 12 strips altogether. And then for the third blanket, you would, like, I think that they had like a row of these and then a row of letters that said like, let it snow. And then back to these, I believe. I haven't been doing the blankets. I do have the pattern saved. But this one, if you haven't seen them, this was January. This was February. And I just decided to use like scrap yarn. Like, I don't think you can see it, but this was a Karen Party or whatever with the sparkles in it. And this was one of the really old Red Heart holiday ones with sparkle. So this was March then. I like this one. And one of my best friends, he is super into like clovers and shamrock, so I thought I might make this blanket for him at some point here. It doesn't have to be for St. Patrick's Day. His birthday's also in March. Maybe just by his birthday next year I'll get it done, or maybe for Christmas or something. But yeah, March. April was the rain, the umbrella for the Let It Rain. And some people were doing them, like they said they wanted, when they joined them, they want to do it like this. And actually, I think that's really cute. So I might do that. If I were to do the blanket, I might do it like this and this or something. I don't know. But since this is all scrap, like this is a yarn I had gotten from Goodwill, I think, at some point. And this was Patton's. No. Wait. Please tell me I have the ball band, because I wanted to tell you guys about this yarn if I have it. Yeah, by the way, I'm weird and save my ball bands. They're not all sitting here. These are just the ones like that I finished recently that I have to go shove in my box. But I had made like a post on Instagram and on Facebook not recently, at the beginning of the year, from January 1st to December 31st, I save my yarn bands from completed projects, so I can, I don't know, just add up the amount of yarn I've gone through just to kind of see. And I didn't keep track of it this last year. Like, it's on my Facebook, so it would show up in my memories, so I guess I can get a hold of it later. Or I think I wrote on my Instagram how much it was too. But anyway, I can't find the ball band, but this is the Canadian, I think it's Patton's Canadian, but that's what this is anyway. And it's got like some wool in it, so I am mixing fibers, which is probably not great. I should make another blanket of not scraps of different fibers, but either way, that's what I got for the April. And then the one I just finished is for May. And these are a little bit different sized, like not terribly off, but there's at least 2 that are smaller than the other ones, or maybe just 2 that are kind of bigger than the other ones, I guess. This is pretty big. In January it was pretty big, but hopefully you can see the flower on there. I thought it was really pretty. And this was another Goodwill yarn, and I'm pretty sure it's acrylic, but it feels cottony. And I didn't save an end not woven in to show you, but it's 4 strands of yarn, but they're not spun very tightly. I don't know if it's because it's a really old yarn, or because Goodwill, who knows how long it came, or how long it's been, how old it is. That's the word I'm looking for. But I got those done for the Filet Crochet Cal for 2020. And then I know you guys have heard me talk about Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy. She's such a nice lady. I really, really adore her. And she's not to 500 subscribers yet. I don't understand how. She's gonna have a giveaway and everything coming up with the 500 subscribers, she's putting together like a giveaway box. So you guys might want to go check her out, not just for that, but because she needs to get to 500. She needs to get to 1,000. I don't understand how she's not yet. She's a very, really nice lady. But she is hosting, her and Kim the Crafty Nomad are hosting on the Crochet Creations group page sorry, I got fiber in my mouth. What time is lit crochet along, and lit short for lost in time. It's the lost in time shawl that everybody's doing, and I believe it runs until May 31st, January 1st. I'll have to double check that. But the thread is on her page if you guys want to go take a look. But I finished mine, and actually, if you guys have been on my Instagram or on my Facebook, you saw Winston as the perfect little model for this. I finished it before everything, so he got to model it for me, and here it is. It's quite big. This is in Mandala in the colorway Wizard, and I really, really liked it. Like, I ended up liking it more than I thought I would. And actually, this was my first time working with actual mandala. Like, I've worked with cupcakes before, which are similar, but yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I love this shawl. I love the yarn. I loved working with it. I love the fact that Winston got to model it for me. And I just love everything about it. Like, I love the color changes in it, like how this is like I don't know, like a mixture of these two, but for quite a while, like the blend is really good on it. I did not color control it except for like one time. One cake started and ended with like a light blue. So actually this strip right here is a little bigger than it would have been because I added that to the other side. Like, I added one side to the other just so it wasn't split up. But otherwise, yeah, I didn't color control anything. I just let the yarn go where it will, and that's what I got. So that'll be my entry for that. And she does giveaways also, like in between. I actually won. I didn't bring it out with me. Did I bring it out with me? It's a shawl and a ball that I got as a prize just for like a midway point. They did a drawing, and it's really pretty. It's like a black brown with some glitter in it. I want to say it's the Cleansing Quartz one, if you're familiar with shawl and a ball, but you'll be seeing that again soon because I'm going to make something out of it. But it's really pretty, and I love it, and I still want to say thank you again, Christy. And then I'm going to try to wrap this up because we've been going for almost 20 minutes now. But the night that Winston was not doing well, which was the 3rd of May, I had been working on squares for my granny square blanket because I don't know if you guys remember, I was trying to do this continuous join, but it was when Terry from the Yarn Joy podcast was doing a crochet along for the blanket to have like it was granny squares and then small granny squares and then granny rectangles. And the continuous join, as far as my knowledge of it, having just learned it, was not good for squares and stuff that are not the same size. Unless you can figure it. I'm like, yeah, they weren't, I got no good out of it. I couldn't do it. But I did decide to just do an actual just granny square blanket, and I'm going to stand back to show you guys because it's pretty hefty, actually. But before I do, if I can show you the border that I did it in. I just did like a ribbing, like this is a front post treble and then a double crochet, and I did a couple rounds of that. And so that's the border that I did on it. Not that matters that much, but because it's gonna get lost in all the color, I think. Let me see if I can unfold this and show you guys. It's quite a good snuggly size. Okay, that's the front. And top to bottom. Can you guys see it okay? Hopefully. There is also, there will be a photo on my Instagram of it because I did already take a picture of it. But yeah, I had made it, it's 8 squares wide, and I had made just enough to make it, I had made it accidentally 8 squares long, and I don't like square blankets that much, so I ended up adding 2 more rows, so it's 8 by 10 squares. And I got rid of a bunch of scrap yarn from this. Some of this yarn was from my grandma, and some of this yarn, I mean like scraps of stuff that she did, because she used to do, she didn't knit or crochet, but she did plastic canvas stuff with a lot of yarn. So I learned to roll yarn for her when I was a kid. But yeah, see it fold, I mean it folds up well, but it's a pretty good snuggly size. And I forgot where I was in the store. Oh, some of it is just former projects, and some of it's from my grandma. And actually, if I can find the square, I was hoping that you guys could tell me. Oh, where is it? I got some red heart from like one skein of it when I was younger from my grandma, and it had no, well, at one point it had a yarn label, so I knew it was red heart. But does anybody recognize this color right here? It's like really pretty, like fallish looking to me. And I'm 99% sure they don't sell it anymore. But like if I could find, I don't know why I'm talking really loud right now, because I was talking loud, I guess, back there, so you guys could hear me hopefully. But this yarn right here I'd gotten from her, and I would really like to refine it and make like something bigger than a granny square out of it. Or maybe a lot of granny squares in another blanket, or I don't know, but I really like it, and it's really pretty. So if you guys happen to know what it is and could let me know, I would really appreciate that a lot. Let me get this out of the way real quick. There we go. And as far as finished objects goes, that's everything. I do want to show you, I had been gearing up to show you guys this before, but my mother-in-law made me this. The mother-in-law that used to knit, that I helped her figure out crochet a little bit better than she was doing with it. She made me this. How cute. He's got little magnets in his hands. How cute is that? I love him. I had given her a bunch of my cotton because she likes working with cotton, so she actually made this out of cotton also that I think I'd given her. Isn't he adorable though? I wonder if I can get my mother-in-law to make, she always says she doesn't do good work, but that's amazing to me, and that's so much better than something I could do. I wonder if I could get her to make me a Winston. We'll see. I haven't worked on a lot of other whips that I've shown you guys, except I started a new one. I finished that blanket last night, and so today I decided to start Cinnamon Stitches had done, she's doing a premiere, not expose, but she's featuring different premiere yarns that she really likes. And there is a pattern on the premiere website that she did called the Elena wrap. And I didn't use premiere yarn. I don't want to say I have some premiere yarn. But I didn't have any that I wanted to use for it, but I did want to try the wrap. I think I might make, I don't know, I might rip this out and make it a little bit bigger, like wider, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep it the way it is, make it really long. But I have this ice yarn, and it is called Bonito ethnic. Okay. The lighting in here when I do the videos is never that great. I really need to just get in my yarn room and do stuff so you guys can see the colors of things better. But this is kind of like olivey green, tan, and there's like a rust orange in it. It's 50% wool and 50% acrylic, and I'm pretty sure this is still available on the ICE website, but I had gotten this, like just a 4-pack of it, I don't know, almost a year ago. I'm pretty sure that was one of my first videos on this channel, was that ice yarn unboxing. But I started it, and this is as far as I've gotten with it. Maybe you can see that a little bit better. The stitches look really loose to me with all the backlighting, but they're really not. I mean, it's double crochet, and it'll face this way, and it'll be like she described it as an arrow, because you get this side and this side. It's like this is the 1 row repeat basically on the whole thing. So eventually it'll just be a really long wrap, and hopefully it'll be really pretty, and it kind of looks like camouflage with orange to me. I wish you could see that better. Maybe like that. Sorry, not very prepared. I just wanted to put this video out and just make sure you guys knew I'm still around. I still really appreciate you watching and commenting. I've even gotten some comments on older videos, just people going through my videos, and that's awesome. And I shouldn't be as MIA, but I just hadn't had the heart. I just hadn't had the heart to come back and talk about this, and I knew I needed to talk about it because I usually mention him in almost every video. So I knew some people would wonder. So I'm gonna end this video, I think, before I start crying again. And I think you guys have seen enough of it. But I really appreciate you guys for hanging around. I appreciate it if you made it all the way to the end. I really appreciate it, because I know this probably wasn't the easiest video to watch, because I wasn't that prepared, and I did a lot of emotional stuff. And anyway, thank you for anybody that comments, likes, subscribes. If you want to see more when I'm a little bit happier, feel free to subscribe down below, and hopefully we can get back to doing more frequent videos. And I will talk to you guys later. I really love you guys, and I appreciate everything. Thank you so much. Bye.